Hi, so in this video, I'm going to show you a fun craft that you can do at home using items most likely that you already have. We are going to make homemade bird feeders.
So the items you'll need are grapes,
you'll see a picture of all the items that you'll need,
twine,
and I'll show you
scissors,
the steps that you take
Cheerios,
to create your own homemade bird feeder.
Cleaners, and a needle. You can try other dried fruits and berries, but I found that grapes and blueberries are the best to thread.
I'm going to actually show you two different ways that you could create your bird feeder. The number of pipe cleaners that you'll need depends on the design that you choose or the word that you'll choose. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start by taking a grape, and what we're just going to do, and this might be a little bit tedious, but using the pipe cleaner as if it was thread, we're just going to thread the grape through. And this is as kind of the end. So this will kind of be our anchor for the other items as we thread. So just do the best you can. You are gonna experience the pipe cleaner bending. Just do the best you can to get a good amount in there. Okay, just like that. And then you just decide what type of pattern or in what order of fruit. So I'll just put kind of a raspberry in, and they are gonna break, of course. You are gonna experience that, so you just have to be gentle with how you thread. It might be easy even if you lay the pipe cleaner down as you thread the fruit on so it doesn't break through. And then I'll try a blueberry. The raspberries might be the hardest because they are a softer fruit. So I might not do as many raspberries just because of that. And then I'll get some Cheerios. I'll put 2 or 3 in a row like this, okay? And then maybe I'll try another grape. See if I can feed it through. I might do it on the side just so that it has less area to feed through, which it did until it pokes through. So just like that. So you're gonna do this until the entire pipe cleaner is covered. Good job. Want to do some Cheerios next? Pull all those blueberries down to the bottom. Good job. Now add some Cheerios. So my son who is just about 3 years old, is helping me thread the fruit and Cheerios to the pipe cleaner. So you can see how easy it is. Some tips that I have found is that you have to be very gentle with the fruit, making sure that when you thread it, it is as close to the center of the fruit as possible. Like I said before, the raspberries are the softest, so if you use raspberries, make sure you are extremely gentle. Another thing is that the pipe cleaner does get wet, you know, a lot of juice on it, so toward the end, it might be a little bit more, might be a little bit more difficult to get the fruit, especially the grapes, through. And if you use the grapes, make sure that you put them horizontal because you have less length to feed the pipe cleaner through as well. You're doing awesome. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Finishing up my last pipe cleaner. Until you get to the very end, and then you anchor each end with one of the harder fruits like a grape or a blueberry. And I'll show you what I've done. So I realized that if you do choose to form the word love, you'll actually need only like 5 pipe cleaners. If you choose a different word, you might just have to just kind of blueprint it out to see how many you need and how to form it. And it looks like I might use, and I might actually need to use this whole one, cut it in half. So I'm going to anchor it right here with this blueberry. Cut it in half, and it looks like, I will show you in just a sec. So I'm going to cut this off at the blueberry with my scissors. So there's and then I'll use this, let's see if I can form the E really quick. As you can see, I've used the other half. So here's the half that I just completed and cut. This is the half that I need to thread more fruit into, and I'll use that, and that's how I'll form my E. And I will show you how I'm forming the letters and then connecting them so I can hang them on the tree outside for the birds to enjoy. Okay, so here are my 5, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands. So all I'm just gonna do is just kind of maneuver the fruit around just a little bit to form each letter. So there's my L.
It's a snake.
Yes, it looks like a snake. And then with my O, I'm actually going to twist, kind of see if I can get in between the Cheerios right here and just kind of twist this around right here. So there's my O. And then I'm using, so when I was threading, I actually purposely used the grape as my middle point for my V. Okay. Hope you can see that. And then, like I said, I'm going to move this over a little bit. My raspberry's falling off my L, but that's okay. I'm just going to move my letters over a little bit. So for my E, this one's a little bit tricky, but I'm using, again, that grape as kind of a guiding point of where it bends. And then again, I spread out some Cheerios right in the center, and I'm going to twist this half piece around, which I'm going to actually rethread this blueberry and see. It's not gonna be perfect, but it will look like an E. And I'll do the same thing here. I actually might take these two blueberries off and just twist these two together. And there's my E. Okay, so now that I have my word laid out, I'm gonna take, and I cut out a long piece of twine, okay? Longer than I actually need because we want some extra before the first letter and extra after the last letter. So we have some to hang to a branch. I'm gonna just take, I'm gonna take maybe 6 inches excess from the end, and after about 6 inches, I'm going to tie the twine to the letter, the very top of the letter L, into a double knot. Okay. And then from there, you're just going to go from each letter. I'm actually going to take some twine and I'm going to connect the bottom, you know, like just take small strips now. I'm just taking small strips and doing the same thing, but so that the letters stay in shape. So the L kind of stays in place of where I want it to go and adjacent to the O. And once I do that, and I'll do that with the O to the V, okay? And cut, and then I'll cut off the excess, so I'm going to double knot. Just so that it hopefully stays in somewhat shape. When you put it against a tree, that's also going to help hold the letters too. It's not going to be perfect in keeping the letters, but I'll do the same to the with the O to the very point of the V. And tie it, taking out the slack of the thread as much as I can. Okay. And then one more small piece, and that will go again on the other side of the grape, or other side of the point of the V, I think. And then over to the bottom corner of the E. So there's love. And because the E things stay down, I might actually take some thread and kind of hold those, kind of connect all the three arms of the E. Okay. I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm just going to take all three, and then I'll even connect the top so that they don't fall down. Now if you just do pipe cleaners like the second type that I'll show you, you won't have kind of this craziness of all this twine. But because I want my letters to be in place, and I'm just wrapping them around each of the arms of the E, and I hope that that will help it stay in shape of each other. And then I'm just going to tie the two strands together right here, hoping that they'll kind of stay in place. And then I'll go ahead and hang it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, the second way, and probably an easier way if you find it difficult to kind of form a design or word with the pipe cleaners, is to take that twine that you use to hang a first design to the wall and feed it through a needle. So you'll need a needle through this option, and just cut up different lengths, probably 6 to 8 inches. I will even double it just for strength and knot it at the bottom like that. I'll even cut off the extra at the bottom. And just like we did with the pipe cleaners, just take your fruit, your grapes and your berries, and alternate them. Onto the twine, like so, until it's completely covered. So again, I'm just alternating berries with the cereal. And this way is easier, one, because it's easier to thread the fruit onto it using the needle. You'll just have to be careful, especially if your needle has a sharp point at the end, but it just feeds the fruit with ease. So you just do this, continue this pattern and these steps. And go ahead and make, as many long strings as possible. So just like that, and we're gonna put that down for just a second. And I'm gonna actually just cut another length, and I'm going to actually tie this to the end of the string that I left bare. So you can see I left a small section bare. I'm going to actually feed this through in between there. I'm actually going to wrap it around to secure the food that I threaded last, which on this one it was the Cheerios. And kind of tie a knot so that it stays, because when I cut it off of the, okay. And what I did is I'm gonna cut right here, but then I've made a little loop right here to hang from a tree. So I'm just gonna cut that off right here at the end. Just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and make maybe 2 or 3 more. So again, doesn't have to be an exact measurement, just a good length that you want. Like I said, I doubled it once I fed it through the needle. So again, taking the twine, feeding it through. Maybe I'll try the other end. That one was kind of unwinding a little bit. There you go. And I'm doubling it again. Just like if you were getting ready to sew something. I tied it and kind of a knot at the very end. Okay. And then it's just, again, start threading the fruit and Cheerios. So again, I'm leaving a good half an inch, quarter inch spot bare at the very top near the needle, cutting off another piece from the twine. I can do this without, okay. And how I did it last time was I actually split it in half, like that, and then fed it through this in between. And then used it to tie off the Cheerios so they don't fall off when I hang them on the tree. So I tied it off, as you can see, and then I'll again, just tie a little knot at the end right here. Just at the bottom. And then cut it off the needle. And so now I can go ahead, because I made a loop right there, and find a twig and hang it right there. So I will show you after I hang what they look like on my tree. I hope you enjoy this easy bird feeding craft. Again, that you can do with anything that you have from home. So twine, Cheerios. I use berries and grapes that I found were the best and easiest, and then use some pipe cleaners. So here is that second option that are just the long danglies that are threaded with the cereals and fruits. I will show you what it looks like once I have them hung to my tree outside. I hope that you find this to be a fun and easy project and craft to do in your home. This would be a fun activity to do with your grandkids and other family members. And I hope if you do it and you hang them in your yard, that you'll be able to enjoy bird watching, and the birds will enjoy this bird feeder that you made for them. Have a great day and a great month of November.